Okay, so today we start with energy. And again, we all know that the only source of energy on Earth is the sun. Okay, now there is a law which we call the law of conservation of energy. And we know this to state that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but can only be converted from one form to another. Okay, now you have the term here, which is metabolism, and this is all the chemical reactions in an organism's body. You have two types for this. The first one is anabolism, and the second one is catabolism. Okay, now these are opposite reactions. When you say anabolism, these are building up processes. Okay, since these are building up processes, they actually need energy. They need to take in energy for them to happen. Now, on the other hand, when you say catabolism, these are breaking down processes. And of course, since these are breaking down processes, they give off heat, or we use the term exergonic. Okay, so again, when you say anabolism, these are building up processes. They take in heat. Catabolism, breaking down processes, they give off heat. And the total for all the terms or all the processes that you have in your body, the chemical reactions in your body, the general term would be metabolism. So again, metabolism would include anabolism and catabolism. Okay, but again, remember, anabolism and catabolism are opposite processes. Now, on the screen here, you have two very important processes that happen in nature. Okay, of course, you have your photosynthesis, and the other one is cell respiration. Can anyone tell us which one is anabolic and which one is catabolic?
Is photosynthesis the anabolic one?
Okay, that's correct. Okay, so your photosynthesis, this is actually an anabolic process. Okay, so this is anabolism. Since you start with carbon dioxide and water, and of course, this in turn would give you glucose. Remember, glucose is a bigger molecule. It's a bigger particle or molecule. And so this is C6H12O6. So when you say anabolic or anabolism, you start from the smaller molecules, you put them together, and you make bigger molecules. Okay, so that's why we say photosynthesis is an anabolic process. That's correct. Okay, so again, carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of light energy harnessed by your chlorophyll found in the chloroplast of your plants. This can give us glucose, which is the food, of course, which is produced through photosynthesis. Then, of course, O2 as a byproduct. Now, very important, you'd always see this in your science quizzes, in your bio quizzes, in your EOC test. There might be a question about it might describe photosynthesis, and the question might be, what is the main product in photosynthesis? If that's going to be the question, what do you think is the answer?
Glucose?
Okay, so glucose or sugar or starch, that is the main product of photosynthesis. Remember your O2, oxygen gas here, this is also a product, but this is considered a waste product. Okay, so sometimes we use the term byproduct. Why waste product? Because the plants, of course, they do not use oxygen gas. Okay, so this is given off to the air, and in turn, the animals would be using this for respiration. Now, another common question in the EOC with regards to your photosynthesis is this: what is the source of your oxygen gas in the process of photosynthesis? Where does the oxygen atoms here come from? All right, so again, as I've mentioned, that is one common question in your EOC test. What is the source of your oxygen atom in oxygen? That is a byproduct of photosynthesis, and the answer actually is water. Okay, so the oxygen gas there, the O2, or the oxygen atoms came from your water molecules. Now remember that if you have a balanced chemical equation for photosynthesis, there's not just one water molecule. There's actually going to be 6 water molecules. Okay, so this O2 here, the oxygen gas, the atoms for your oxygen gas, its source is actually water. Okay, so take note of that. Remember that. That would come out in your EOC test. All right, so again, as mentioned by Reed, photosynthesis is an anabolic process. This is a building up process, and so this, of course, needs energy. That's why you use light's energy for the process of photosynthesis to happen. Now, there is also a very common question in your EOC. The question would ask you for the reverse reaction or the reverse process of photosynthesis, and your answer should be cellular respiration. Okay, cell respiration or cellular respiration, that is going to be the process which is opposite your photosynthesis. Now remember that in your cell respiration, the products of your photosynthesis are actually used as the reactants. Okay, so this becomes the reactant, and of course, this would give off, or this is going to produce your reactants for photosynthesis, which are water and carbon dioxide. So as you can see, photosynthesis and cellular respiration, these are opposite reactions, and they make a cycle. Okay, they go on in a cycle. So again, photosynthesis is anabolic, while cellular respiration is a catabolic process. Okay, this is a catabolic process. It breaks down glucose, oxygen, also uses oxygen, and breaks them down into water and carbon dioxide. Then of course there is a release of chemical energy. Okay, very important. This is a chemical energy that we use in our cells, and of course this is called your ATP. Okay, we are going to talk about the ATP later. Now, another thing that you need to remember here is that all types of organisms undergo respiration. Again, take note of that. All types of organisms can do respiration or cellular respiration, but it's only the plant cells that can undergo photosynthesis.